Imagine if all children had access to a high-quality education. Imagine if innovation was allowed to drive learning. Imagine if each individual child had their educational needs met. What would it mean to reimagine education?
So we have nearly 1 million students in the state of Missouri, and for far too many of those students, the promise of a quality education is just going unfulfilled. And 2/3 of Missouri students aren't proficient in English language arts, in reading, right? And half of them aren't proficient in math.
Our antiquated education system resists change and is mired in bureaucracy, leaving many children trapped in failing schools, their futures based solely on where they live.
85% of Missouri business owners said that our schools weren't preparing students for the workforce. And we also know that nearly 1/4 of all students that go to college need remediation. This just isn't acceptable.
CEAM is on the forefront of reimagining education in Missouri. Through one-on-one grassroots and grasstops meetings, door-to-door canvassing, advocacy training, and visits to the state capitol, CEAM engages, trains, and activates families. Their stories illustrate the struggles that thousands of families face when their children are stuck in unsafe and failing schools. Their battle cry is that their children need better, safer school options now.
I live in a school district that has been without accreditation for 10 years. You feel powerless. You feel like you failing your child as a parent, and no one cares about my child more than me.
Working with CEAM, Lisa learned to advocate for her son's educational needs and won the battle to enroll her son in a better school. Lisa's son is now thriving, winning scholastic awards and on the path to a better future.
Being able to choose the school that is best for my child means that they will be successful. They have the opportunity to get a good quality education.
As Missouri's leading voice for education reform, CEAM and parents like Lisa are transforming Missouri's educational system. It's been 20 years since the Missouri legislature passed the public charter school law, and today, charter schools continue to lead the way in academic performance.
In the time that we live in, when it's hard to get the students' attention, really putting them in the driver's seat, giving them choice, which is what the charter school movement is all about. That choice should not only be for parents in the community, but it should extend into the classroom. Charter schools innovate by looking at the individual needs of students.
In the districts where charters are allowed to operate, they consistently outperform district schools, making a big difference in math and reading scores.
Freedom and choice. I mean, these are the bedrocks of what America is. We give parents freedom and choice. Believe me, they're smart enough to make good decisions. And these fantastic, beautiful, smart, talented children, all they need is opportunity and access, and that's what charters represent. Organizations like CEAM are training and educating parents to pursue excellence for their kids. Without CEAM, the work for charters would be a complete uphill climb.
Creating the classroom of the future also requires innovation. The Grandview R2 school district didn't wait for a change in Missouri's education policy. Today, their proven leadership and vision is paving the way for the future outside of the traditional brick-and-mortar setting.
Virtual education creates a level playing field. We had 2,000 students last summer enroll in virtual courses from all corners of the state.
Former Superintendent Dr. Michael Brown proved that education did not have to be limited by geography, creating the Missouri Online Summer Institute and opening free access to virtual courses for any student in the state.
Change is hard in education. We all remember what school was like for us, and we have a tendency to revert back to that. However, kids today, this is their reality. They learn everything through this. Their education will come through this. It'll become part of the fabric of education in Missouri, and I think in 5 years we'll wonder why we waited so long to start it.
CEAM's work to bring attention to Grandview's Mosey program and the University of Missouri-Columbia's K-12 program paved the way for the passage of Missouri's new virtual education law. This created the biggest expansion of school choice in Missouri in over a decade. Our statewide movement to make education a priority has only just begun. CEAM's growing coalition of students, parents, educators, and community leaders is fighting to ensure that every student has access to a high-quality education and is prepared for college or the workforce.
CEAM is playing a critical role in taking us forward. They're the only statewide organization focused solely on education. And so far they've trained almost 1,000 parents to advocate for their kids. The work that they're doing is invaluable.
CEAM connects thousands of families from across the state and is making K-12 education a priority issue for Missouri.
I'm very passionate about advocating for school choice in Missouri as a parent. I want to see us have more options. I don't want to feel like my child is a zip code.
But we need your help. Join CEAM in the battle to reimagine an education system that creates a brighter future for every child in Missouri.